Alright, here we are in a beautiful Arlington, Texas day, handling several cars out of a collection, looking at a very sweet 1970 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 Pro Tour Resto-Mod. Very nicely done. We're going to walk around and tell you about it like we usually do. It's a very high-end rotisserie style restoration with a lot of neat components on it. Pre-restoration, this car was a certified 70 Z28 with a full bumper model on the front, but it's definitely a Z28 that's been resto-modded. Very nicely done, very meticulous style restoration. I'll probably repeat myself throughout, so you really have to be here to see what I'm looking at. Has Bose wheels on it, 20 inches in the rear. Has four-wheel disc, Wheelwood disc brakes with Hydrotech Hydro Boost on it, power brakes. Drilled slotted rotors. It's finished in a Glazerite RM base Mulsanne blue would been the factory color on this car, so it's finished in its factory color. The hood here has it's replaced with an L88 style fiberglass hood on it, L88 Corvette style hood on it. Very, very nice. This car has multiple layers of clear coat. It's been hand sanded and smoothed down to a, you absolutely cannot feel any of the stripes on the car. I think it has 5 or 6 layers of clear coat on it over the RM base, the Mulsanne blue. During the restoration, they opted to do the split bumper style on the front here. So we'll call it a restoration modernization. We're going to get it up on the lift for you like we usually do. We're going to spend quite a bit of time underneath the hood. Might be a slightly long video. Underneath the hood here is a 572 cubic inch GM performance engine that pulls out about 620 horsepower. 4L80E automatic, 4L85E automatic overdrive. Curry 9-inch rear differential. Up front here, again, I mentioned it's a rotisserie restoration, so the bottom side of the car is just as nice as the top side here. Of course, it's not fine-tuned, sanded, smooth like the upper surface here, but it is extremely nice restoration. It has a Curry 9-inch rear differential. I got sidetracked a little bit there. It's warm here in Texas today. Up front here, it has the Heights fully independent front suspension with huge tubular control arms, power rack and pinion steering. It has the subframe connectors that takes it to the back. It has 4-bar rear suspension with a panhard bar and a stabilizer bar in the tail there. Just walking around this car in person will make you, it's in awe. I've had several people stop by, and driving it, it's just a heck of a machine, that's for darn sure. Very, very meticulous. The interior will, I've got my cheat sheet over there, Z06 seats in it, so it's got dual power seats with Z06. The gaps I was talking about, front to rear door, hood, everything. A little bit of shade pouring on me there, that's a good thing from the cloud cover. Again, pre-restoration was a certified 70 Z28, Copo Z28. That's a Copo spoiler on the back there. Absolutely rust-free, no-hit body pre-restoration. We'll get you in the trunk. Again, we're going to spend a lot of time up on the lift here. Fit and finish. You can actually see the reflections in the deck lid here. Again, you cannot feel any stripe lines whatsoever. Very cool Fessler taillights in the back here. Give you a little peek down here, kind of give you a feel, but hang on to the video, we're going to cover a lot more. Polished stainless exhaust system. Again, 4-corner coilover suspension, Heights fully independent subframe connectors to the rear, 4-bar in the rear. Bose wheels, 20 in the rear. I don't think I mentioned the front, but I'll go over tire size on the lift. 19s in the front. I have a cheat sheet, so I'm fixing it from my brain here. Cheat sheet's right on the seat. These seats are very cool. Z06, very comfortable. Has all the goodies you would expect in it. Nice shoulder restraint seat belts, run into the pockets of the rear. Here, put in seat belts in the rear, GM style for your passengers. Suede leather headliner. Get down in here. Nice little features, the dual seats I talked about here, but it has power windows on it, also has power door locks. There's a remote here, lock and unlock remote. There's no way I'm going to cover every feature on this car in the video, so we'll do our best and we'll get a good list at Spud's Garage. Fired up here, get some air on for you. 195 miles at the time of inspection. Anyway, 572, 620 horsepower GM performance engine underneath the hood here. Very nicely fitted in here. The level of detail, as we talked about during the walk around, is extremely professional, fit and finish wise. You can tell the hundreds of hours that has been spent on it just by looking underneath the hood here. Has a 4L85E automatic overdrive transmission. These particular engines come pretty much direct from GM, front to back, I mean top to bottom, so to speak. There's a bow tie aluminum cylinder heads, again rated at 620 horsepower. The firewall has been all entirely smoothed on it and finished in the show quality finish, just top to bottom. You'll find this paint throughout the car. We'll get it up on the lift here. Pro quality in every corner. Polished stainless Allen hardware here. Full DeWitt's cooling system in it. Curry 9-inch rear differential. Bottom side of the L88 Corvette style hood. This is a front runner belt system by Vintage Air. Notice that the AC compressors are nice and compact now. Stewart aluminum water pump on it. Power steering. Modern power steering, high amp alternator, all polished, nicely done. Obviously it's a 134 system. It has lemons, big tube headers on it, ceramic coated. Mechanical fuel pump down low there. Battery disconnect here. See the firewall finish there, it's just smooth and beautiful. Has a Holley carburetor on it up underneath here. It's hard for you to see. GM HEI ignition. You can see the Heights fully independent front suspension system on this car. We'll get it up on the lift and share it with you, but power rack and pinion steering, braided stainless trans cooler lines, fully adjustable, huge tubular control arms. Hot day here in Texas underneath the hood. Mentioned the 4-wheel disc brakes. It has Willwood disc brake system, drilled slotted rotors, all 4 corners. It has a Hydrotech Hydro Boost, which is connected with braided lines to the power steering. It's power pump assisted there. All right, we fired it up here for you. .572 cubic inches, 620 horsepower. GM crate engine. All right, we'll get you in the trunk here. Very, very nice fit and finish throughout, like we talked about. High-end carpet matches the interior of the car. It's been dyno matted front to back. You can see the dyno mat right there. The entire file for the car is right here. Receipt file, break-in instructions for the 572. Bottom side of the deck lid here. take you for a little drive back to the shop. This car is very tight, drives very nice. Hey, make sure you go to Spud's Garage. Hang on to the end of the video. You can see the finish. Wheels here are Bose wheels. They're 20s in the rear. They're 275/30 ZR20s, Michelin Pilot Sport radials. See the inner wheel wells are just kind of get a feel there. Study the gaps here on this car. Put a gauge on that one. They're 245/35 ZR19s in the front. Again, Bose wheels. It has Willwood drilled and slotted rotors, all four corners. Hydrotech Hydro Boost power brakes on it. Just stare up that body line there. Sorry about the hose there. Front wheel wells, inner wheelhouse is here. Car has about 100 miles on it. Again, drilled slotted Willwood calipers. Alright, we got the Z up on the lift. Truly a work of functional art. Very nicely done, pro touring style Resto-Mod. Rotisserie style restoration. Four-bar suspension here in the rear. Willwood four-wheel disc brakes, coil-over suspension, all four corners. Willwood disc brakes, all four corners. Hundreds of hours in this build. Polished stainless exhaust system. Flows up, over, out, and to the back. Just the hours alone building this exhaust. Giuliano style connectors on the exhaust pipes here. Mufflers. Has a panhard bar, stabilizer bar, Curry 9-inch rear differential, custom drive shaft. Has the Heights unibody connectors here. I believe those are Heights. Has the Height front suspension front clip. We'll get up there in just a minute. This car started as a rust-free true Z28 Copo. The finish on the floor pans is extremely nice. It's not final cut and buff like it would have been up top, but very, very professional and dirt free. Crossover in the polished stainless exhaust here. 4L85E automatic overdrive transmission. Factory style fuel lines. Has little, where it was sitting on the stand and they were prepping it before it had wheels and suspension on it, it's got little rub tape there. And 4 spots on the chassis. These are, I believe, Lemons long tube headers. They've been ceramic coated. Up front, the Heights fully independent front suspension. Beefy tubular control arms. Coilovers, again the Willwood disc brakes. This is an entire front clip assembly that you buy for these cars, and then the subframe connectors back there. It's really a unibody car brought all together nicely. This car nice and rigid. You can tell the level of pro work that was done on this. Bottom of the 572 big block. Rack and pinion power steering. Stabilizer bar, huge. This car will handle. So just the type of wiring all the way throughout this car. Very nice. There you have it. Hey, thanks for coming to Spud's Garage. Hope this isn't too long of a video. Thanks for listening to me.